The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
It started as an ordinary morning on The View, but no one expected the storm that was about to unfold. Known for her outspoken nature, Sunny Hostin has never been one to hold back. However, this time, her latest on-air outburst may have crossed the line. The reaction has been swift. Viewers, critics, and even her fellow hosts were left in shock. Now, the backlash isn't just putting her reputation at risk, it's threatening her entire career. Could this be the most explosive moment in The View's history? Let's take a closer look.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all this stuff.
The controversy erupted during a tense discussion about voter behavior and political influence, a common topic for the show. However, Sunny took the conversation in an unexpected direction. With a firm tone and visible frustration, she claimed that non-college educated white women were voting against their own interests. But she didn't stop there. It's like they've been conditioned to support a system that works against them, she argued, standing her ground as her co-hosts shifted uncomfortably. The tension in the room was undeniable, yet Sunny pressed forward. "This is why we're stuck in this cycle, and I'm done pretending otherwise." The response was swift and intense. Alyssa Farah Griffin, clearly uneasy, pushed back. "You can't generalize an entire group like that," she countered. But Sunny didn't back down. "Why not? The numbers speak for themselves, Alyssa. This isn't just an opinion, it's reality." The studio audience, usually accustomed to heated debates, fell silent. Even Whoopi Goldberg, often the one to diffuse tense moments with humor, seemed momentarily speechless. And then, as if the producers had seen enough, the broadcast suddenly cut to a commercial break. The abrupt pause only heightened the drama, leaving viewers stunned and questioning what had just unfolded.
Today's video comes to us from Sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice.
When the show returned, the energy in the room had noticeably shifted. The conversation was quickly redirected, but the impact of Sunny's remarks couldn't be undone. Clips of her statements spread rapidly across social media, igniting intense backlash and debate. Online platforms were soon flooded with reactions, with many calling her comments both racist and sexist. "Sunny Hostin has completely lost it," one user wrote. "How can she sit there and generalize an entire group of women like that? It's disgusting." Others pointed out what they saw as a double standard. If a white man had said this about women of color, his career would be over. Why is Sunny getting a pass? The controversy was only growing, and it was clear that the fallout was far from over.
I was surprised when she mentioned his sense of humor. But
this isn't the first time Sunny has faced backlash for her outspoken remarks. Over the years, she has developed a reputation for making polarizing statements that alienate portions of the audience. One particularly infamous moment came when she attributed the lack of diversity in leadership roles to what she called white mediocrity. "If you're white, you don't even have to be excellent. You just need to be average, and you'll get ahead," she once said, sparking outrage from viewers who accused her of pushing harmful stereotypes. Critics labeled her comments divisive and unproductive, but Sunny stood firm, insisting she was simply speaking truth to power. Her history of controversy doesn't end there. During a past election cycle, she stirred even more debate with her remarks about Latina and non-college educated white women voters. She argued that these groups were making choices that worked against their own communities, even suggesting they were contributing to their own oppression. The statement drew sharp criticism from both conservative and progressive voices. Sunny Hostin's rhetoric is reckless and completely disconnected from reality, one political analyst commented at the time. She's alienating the very people she claims to advocate for. Even her co-hosts have struggled to navigate her more heated moments. In one particularly tense exchange, Joy Behar appeared frustrated as Sunny made sweeping generalizations about white women's voting behavior. "I just don't see how this kind of language helps anyone," Joy said, trying to steer the conversation in a different direction. But Sunny refused to walk back her statements, doubling down and leaving the panel visibly split. With moments like these stacking up, some are now questioning whether Sunny's presence on The View is becoming more of a liability than an asset.
Anna went in a different direction. But I love the fact that, Manny is younger and he's
How
very...
much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he?
Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No,
or what?
5 years. It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me.
The backlash to her latest remarks has intensified, with some critics now calling for her removal from the show entirely. Social media erupted with demands for accountability. If ABC doesn't take action, they're essentially endorsing this kind of rhetoric, one outraged user posted. The controversy has even spilled into mainstream media, with several major outlets publishing harsh op-eds criticizing Sunny for fueling division. As the pressure mounts, the network now faces a tough decision. Should they stand by her or take action to quell the growing uproar?
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
The controversy has also reignited discussions about double standards in the media. Many are questioning why Sunny seems to face fewer repercussions compared to others in similar positions. If a male host had made even a remotely similar comment, he'd be out of a job, one critic argued. Why is she being protected? Others have pointed out what they see as contradictions in Sunny's stance, noting that her remarks often clash with the inclusive values she claims to stand for. Yet despite the mounting backlash, Sunny remains unfazed. In a brief statement, she defended her words, saying, "These are conversations we need to have, no matter how uncomfortable they may be." She made it clear, she's not here to soften the truth. However, her refusal to back down has only intensified the outrage. Critics now accuse her of doubling down instead of taking responsibility. Sunny Hostin is completely out of touch, one commentator remarked. She doesn't seem to care about the impact of her words.
And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history.
But the controversy doesn't end there. In the aftermath of the uproar, rumors are swirling about growing tensions behind the scenes at The View. Sources suggest that Sunny's co-hosts are becoming increasingly frustrated with her combative approach and reluctance to compromise. There's definitely tension, one insider claimed. The other hosts feel like they're constantly walking on eggshells around her. While the network has yet to comment on these reports, the speculation is adding another layer of drama to an already volatile situation. Then there's the question of Sunny's future on the show. While The View has always thrived on a mix of perspectives, some are now questioning whether her presence is doing more harm than good. Critics argue that her polarizing remarks are not only alienating viewers, but also damaging the show's reputation. The View used to be about fostering meaningful discussions, one longtime fan noted. Now it feels like controversy is the main attraction.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah.
As the fallout continues, all eyes are on ABC to see how the network will respond. Will they stand by Sunny, or will they bow to public pressure and take action? And what does this mean for the future of The View? One thing is certain, the controversy is far from over, and Sunny Hostin remains at the center of it all. But with her history of divisive remarks and the growing backlash, the real question isn't just whether she'll weather this latest scandal. It's whether her career can survive the firestorm that's still building. Stay tuned.
Sunny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme.
Sunny Hostin's explosive on-air comments weren't the only storm brewing around her. Just as the backlash over her controversial remarks on The View was reaching its peak, a new scandal emerged, one that hit much closer to home. If the public thought her bold statements about race and gender were divisive, the latest revelations about her husband's alleged legal troubles have taken the drama to a whole new level. Lawsuits, accusations of fraud, and even whispers of financial misconduct have cast a shadow over the Hostin household, turning this controversy into something that feels straight out of a soap opera. So, what's really going on behind the scenes? Let's peel back the layers of this unfolding drama.
Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
The latest chapter in Sunny Hostin's public drama now centers around her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, a well-known orthopedic surgeon in New York. While Sunny was making headlines for her fiery on-air remarks, Emmanuel found himself entangled in a massive legal battle. He is one of hundreds of defendants named in a sweeping lawsuit filed by American Transit, a commercial insurance company that primarily serves taxi and rideshare drivers. The allegations: fraudulent billing practices and receiving kickbacks for unnecessary medical procedures. According to the lawsuit, Emmanuel knowingly performed surgeries on patients who didn't need them, allegedly funneling the profits into questionable financial arrangements disguised as dividends. This isn't just any legal case. It's being pursued under the Federal RICO Act, a law originally designed to target organized crime. The accusations are severe, and the potential financial penalties could be staggering. If American Transit's claims hold up in court, damages could climb into the hundreds of millions. Even more damning, the lawsuit suggests that Emmanuel's alleged involvement in these schemes spans years, pointing to a pattern rather than an isolated incident.
Essentially saying that it's a money grab, and they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, $5 million plus.
As if the allegations against her husband weren't damaging enough, Sunny Hostin herself has now been pulled into the controversy. While there's no official word on her direct involvement, rumors are swirling that she may have been aware of Emmanuel's alleged activities, or at the very least, turned a blind eye. Critics have seized on this angle, questioning whether Sunny's outspoken advocacy for justice and fairness contradicts what's unfolding in her own household. How can she sit on national television and lecture others about accountability while her husband is facing accusations of fraud? One social media user wrote, "The irony hasn't been lost on the public, and the backlash against Sunny has only intensified."
Some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures.
But if you thought Sunny Hostin would shy away from addressing the scandal, think again. True to form, she came out swinging, issuing a fiery statement in defense of her husband. She accused American Transit of targeting Emmanuel in a desperate attempt to distract from its own financial troubles. This lawsuit is nothing more than a baseless attack by a near-bankrupt company trying to avoid paying its bills, Sunny stated. She also claimed that the insurance company had deliberately used her celebrity status to smear her family's reputation, calling it a disgusting media campaign designed to intimidate and harass. And she didn't stop there. Sunny revealed that she and her husband plan to countersue American Transit for defamation, seeking millions in damages. Her bold response, however, has done little to silence critics. Many are questioning whether her combative approach is helping or hurting her case. Some argue that by going on the offensive, she's only drawing more attention to the accusations against her husband. Others see it as an attempt to shift focus from the severity of the claims. She's trying to spin this as a media smear campaign, but let's not forget, these are federal charges. This isn't some petty lawsuit. The accusations are detailed and they're damning, one commentator noted.
But it does not look well when your name ends up with 200 people in a RICO investigation. This is the biggest investigation since Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. But
the media frenzy surrounding the lawsuit has only intensified the pressure. Tabloid headlines have been relentless, with some publications even speculating about the potential impact on Sunny's career. After all, her role on The View is built on her reputation as a sharp legal mind and a passionate advocate for justice. But how does that image hold up when her own family is embroiled in such a high-profile scandal? It's a question that has dominated discussions online, with both fans and detractors weighing in. Adding fuel to the fire are reports suggesting that the lawsuit may just be the tip of the iceberg. Some insiders claim that American Transit's legal action could pave the way for further investigations into Emmanuel's business practices and possibly even Sunny's financial dealings. While there is no concrete evidence linking her to any wrongdoing, the mere possibility has been enough to spark endless speculation. Could Sunny's outspoken personality and high-profile career be painting a target on her back? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye?
Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know you do.
It's like twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay.
The lawsuit has reignited broader conversations about the challenges public figures face when their private lives come under scrutiny. Sunny has always been a polarizing figure, but this latest scandal has pushed that scrutiny to a whole new level. How do you balance being a vocal advocate for justice when your own life is under the microscope? And what happens when the public starts questioning whether your actions truly align with your words? These are the questions Sunny is now grappling with, questions that could very well determine the future of her career. As the legal proceedings unfold, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. The lawsuit has unleashed a wave of speculation, criticism, and debate, sending ripple effects across the media landscape. For Sunny, the stakes have never been higher. Will she emerge from this scandal unscathed, or is this the beginning of the end of her time in the spotlight?